All right, so it's January 16th, and just a few more days, and Donald Trump's inauguration will begin. There's a group called Disrupt J20 who's planning on basically disrupting the inauguration with protests and noise making and that kind of general douchebaggery. They also want to disrupt the Deplorable, which is another inauguration party, with butyric acid. And the Veritas people just released a video. That's Project Veritas. Just released a video of them undercover recording these guys talking about how they plan to use butyric acid, pretty much stink bombs, to disrupt the inauguration parties and do random acts of domestic terrorism to screw things up and not let things go as planned. So, shortly after this video was released by Project Veritas, Disrupt J20 released this press statement talking about how they knew that the infiltrators who've tried to integrate themselves into our organization, these are people who are working with James O'Keefe and Project Veritas. Okay, and they go on to say that they knew that they infiltrated and they just basically were trying to troll them, and they had this meeting and they knew they were going to record, and they just wanted to troll them and set off a red herring, okay, and tell them about a false plot and, false plans, blah, blah, blah. And that the group has no intention of causing any damage or disruption to the Deplorable. And it says at the bottom here, at every meeting we reaffirm our commitment to not harming anyone. We stand by our principles and are committed to building the broadest possible resistance to Trump's agenda. Disrupt J20 rejects all forms of domination and oppression. It's funny because in the video, you could hear one of the guys saying, if you try to close us down, we will look for your house, we will burn it. We will physically fight the police if they try to steal one of our places. We will go to war with you and you will lose. So that doesn't really sound like the diamond-like pinnacle of a commitment to not harming anyone. But hey, maybe this was just a massive troll and they knew that they were getting infiltrated, and their press release is right. Well, Project Veritas apparently tomorrow will be releasing more kind of conversations, documents, that kind of thing, that prove that they're actually up to a little bit more closer to domestic terrorism than what they kind of led on to believe here. On top of that, we've got this guy here, Midnight Ride, who apparently has either hacked or leaked, I'm not too sure, lots of different files from the Disrupt J20 communist, anti-fascist, anti-Trump group. And on top of that, the Deplorable organizer has contacted the FBI and will file charges against these guys because of their conspiracy to commit terrorism. Now, to make even matters worse, this organization actually has some ties to George Soros. Okay, so Matthew Vadum, Senior Vice President at the Washington-based Capital Research Center, said he has found an indirect link with hedge fund manager and liberal philanthropist George Soros. Here's a little taste of George Soros back in 2014 in an interview with Germany's Bild. I'm going to bring down the United States by funding black hate groups like Black Lives Matters. will put them into a mental trap and make them blame white people. The black community is the easiest to manipulate.